Sorry, I couldn't get photographed. Yes,
Excuse me, you wouldn't mind taking our photograph, would you? You know how to work the old round.
Come on.
It was a quiet wedding. Alison had no living relatives. The nearest she had to family were her late husband's parents, and they had stayed away, feeling their dead son betrayed. Will Starkey and Drip were our only witnesses. And a quiet wedding suited us well enough. We were a quiet couple. I had put romantic love behind me as a game for fools. And now, like Starkey, I treasured the boredom and futility of my Swindon posting. I was warm and dry. No one was trying to kill me. And staying alive had become important again. And then one day in March 1943...
Enemy sighted at 4 o'clock. Distance 50 yards and closing at a rate of 03.5 mph. He looks extremely cross, John. What could we have done wrong?
All you have to do is exist, Starkey. That seems to irritate Alistair enormously.
Oh, my God, I'm terrified. Do you think I should hide in a cupboard? If he tells me to get my hair cut again, I swear to God I'll... Ah, good morning, sir. How very good to see you.
Never mind that now, Starkey. Will you sit down, please? I've got some information that concerns both of you, I'm sorry to say. You're both being transferred permanently. I tried my damnedest to stop this happening, especially in your case, Lee. But HQ have seen fit to ignore my protest, as they've ignored my recommendations.
Do you know where we're going, Alistair?
London, initially. God knows where after that. It's that man Ackley. He's got full authorization from the top for his little private army. I've made inquiries and apparently gets whatever he wants with no comebacks. Good God, if I had that kind of backing, I've been very shabbily treated.
And are we to be shabbily treated as well, sir?
I think that's very likely, Starkey. From the very little I've been able to gather, I understand you're in for an extremely unpleasant 3 months' training, after which you'll be sent on some damn fool adventure or other with a very small chance of survival. That's my understanding of it.
Well, sir, thank you for being so frank.
It's a pleasure, Starkey.
How soon, Alistair?
Right away, more or less. You'll both get a 48, then Knightsbridge Barracks at 0800 on Tuesday.
How long's it going to be?
I don't know, but I gather they don't let us poke our noses outside the barracks for the first 6 weeks, and after that it's only the odd night. I won't be able to come down here.
Perhaps I could come up to London and stay for a couple of nights after you're over the first horrible bit. Would that be nice?
Yes, that would be very nice.
I'll talk to Drip about it.
You're taking this all very cheerfully.
Well, mustn't let them see you care.
Who? Oh, the gremlins, yes.
This Colonel Ackley, would he be a gremlin, do you think?
It's probably in their pay.
Don't let him see you care.
Oh, damn a lot of them. Do you know, when I first heard about Ackley's lot, I was keen to go. I was angry with that fool Alistair for trying to hang on to me. I really fancied myself as a hero. Ice cold, no emotions. Straight out of Rider Haggard or John Buchan, bloody fool.
You don't feel like that anymore?
I've got too much to lose. I want to keep my cushy job. I want to keep coming down here to see you at weekends. Let someone else be a hero. I've got better things to do. Oh, damn my bloody luck.
You'll be all right, John. I think you'll come through it, whatever they've got in store for you.
Yes, of course I will. Anyway, what are we talking about? 3 months in Knightsbridge. People have done that before and lived to tell the tale. Such a miserable swine when I get the chance. You're very good for me, do you know that?
Well, what do you think?
They're beautiful.
Do you notice anything different about them?
I don't know. Brighter colors? Bigger faces?
Not just that. They've stopped doing all those bombs and bodies. They paint nice things now.
My name is Ackley. You won't see much of me for 3 weeks. Then you'll see a very great deal of me. I shall see a great deal of you at all times. All of you have been selected for particular qualities and skills. You are an elite. You also have a long way to go. In the next few weeks, you'll become a great deal better at the things you were good at, and pretty damn good at some things you never dreamed of. If you want to survive, and I take it you do, you'll have to work hard and learn fast. Do not expect to enjoy yourselves. If you survive this course, you'll be in a position to be of real service to your country. I hope this is important to you. Officers and other ranks will live and train together in absolute equality. There are to be no privileges. Any questions? Thank you, Sergeant Grice.
Stop! God! I am looking at your bodies. I say to you that your bodies are not fit. They are flabby. They are weak. They are covered with unsightly lumps. Do not despair. I am here to help you. I will help you turn those horrible bodies into useful instruments. Let us start with something easy. On the command, down! Down on the floor, commence press-ups. 50, down! 1, 2, 3, 4. Would you be Mr. Starkey, sir?
Yes, Sergeant.
Don't stop, Mr. Starkey. You remind me of a spider. How did you let your arms and legs get so thin and horrible? Do not answer that. I wouldn't have your body as a gift. If you had not been chosen for your special aptitudes, Mr. Starkey, I would be tempted to squash you. Keep it going. By the end of 2 weeks, you'll be doing 60 with full packs. Oh dear, I've lost the count. We'll have to start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, not bad. Section A start sending, Section B receive and transcribe. Master Lee, you won't have a secretary where you're going, you know? Relax. Smooth and regular. Next week you'll be doing it in French.
Right. Mr. Lee is now going to kill me with a single blow to the base of the skull in the approved manner learnt by you all yesterday. If he succeeds, he will be in charge of the course tomorrow. Now's your chance, sir. I get both hands underneath his chin, raise back, and break his neck. Have you all got a clear line of sight? Don't move, sir. You'll notice that I'm using Mr. Lee's own weight to exert pressure on the shoulder joint, which I now dislocate. Well, I would, but it'll make the Colonel cross. Up you get, sir. Good try. There you see how high intelligence, like what I've got, will always beat brute strength, like what Mr. Lee has got. Of course, you'll never attack from the front when you can avoid it. When in doubt, walk up quietly behind and stick something sharp in them. Now then, which of you gentlemen would like to kick me in the balls?
I would, Sergeant.
Sorry, sir. You've had your chance. Mr. Berryman. Come on, son. Look as if you mean it.
Right, Harvey. Summary of the situation.
En français?
Naturellement.
Bien, il y a des garnisons allemandes à Beauvais, Arras et Cambrai. La communication entre les trois est pauvre, mais elles sont toutes bien équipées. Je propose 3 groupes dont le premier, le plus important, devra s'emparer des quartiers généraux de Biedermann à Cambrai et les autres faire sauter les ponts.
Bien. Starkey, you are liaising with the group at Amiens. Vous avez entendu les idées d'Avi. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez?
En français?
Bien sûr, en français.
Eh bien, je n'ai rien à ajouter à ce que Ravi a dit. Il a tout à fait deviné la situation. La situation compliquée. La situation difficile.
Oh, John. Don't you feel all this is really a bit excessive?
Brace up, William. Only a couple of days to go.
Yes, but what days? I dread that boxing bit.
It's not even boxing, it's known as milling. You're not allowed to defend yourself. Test a raw courage.
Yes, they're frightfully keen on all that. Do you think Ackley's mad?
He loves the war.
He must be mad. Oh, God. I long for a woman. Women are so lovely and soft.
3 days to go, and they'll let us out in the evenings.
Oh, yes, a real drink in a real pub. And then a lovely, straightforward German street whore. You know, one of those that pretend to like it and actually let you kiss them. What do you say, eh?
Alison's coming up.
What? You crafty dog. Oh, I do envy you.
She's found some cheap digs for the week.
Some people have all the luck. Well, we must all count our blessings. We've had a wonderful education here. I was thinking only last night, I could drop in on anyone in Europe, converse with him in 3 languages, interrogate him, torture him, and strangle him. It's a lot to learn in 6 weeks.
Come in.
Good morning, sir.
Come and sit down, Lee. Now, this is the stage at which we review our progress on the course. This is where I start to sort the sheep from the goats. Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
How do you think you've got on?
I don't know.
No idea at all. You're more of a fool than you look.
All right, then, sir. I think I've done pretty well.
You do you? Specify.
My languages are very good. I'll never speak French as well as Harvey, but I'm better than the rest of them. Passed out top in all the technical skills except explosives.
Leadership.
I can't judge that.
Fair enough. You did particularly badly in the boxing.
What? Are you quite sure you're not confusing me with someone else with respect, sir?
Quite sure.
I knocked out Parkinson in the first round.
Eventually. You stopped fighting, Lee. You dithered. You had to be ordered to continue.
It was all over by then. He was out on his feet.
Don't prevaricate with me. You know what I'm talking about.
I suppose Parkinson got a better mark than I did.
Indeed he did. He came forward all the time. Did you kill Germans when you were in France, Lee?
No.
Do you want to kill Germans?
Not particularly. I'll do it if I have to.
I regard that as a very unsatisfactory answer. I think you're halfway to being a Conchi, Lee. What do you think about conscientious objectors?
I respect their views, but I can't go along with them. I was in Spain in '36. I saw what happened there.
I know all that. I don't want your political views. It's your personal qualities that worry me. There's something soft about you, isn't there, Lee?
I don't think so.
I have seen officers like you endanger the lives of their men because of their muddled personal consciences.
So, I'm to be weeded out, am I?
No, you're not. As you have correctly guessed, you're potentially the best man I have. But there's a big question mark against you. That's all. Go away and sort out your attitudes.
Yes, sir.
Go and get drunk.
Yes, sir. He is mad.
Of course he's mad. It's an essential qualification.
He told me there was something soft about me. Did he say anything like that to you?
Well, not exactly. He did say that university life had clearly sapped any moral fibre I might once have had, but that my rat-like instinct for self-preservation would probably stand me in very good stead. Charmingly frank, isn't he? Anyway, apparently I'm through by the skin of my teeth.
It's just an exercise, surely.
I don't think so, John. There was one the other night over Rotherhithe. Hit-and-run jobs. Scalded cats, they call them. Harvey was telling me about it. He knows everything, that man. Apparently, they sneak in under the radar screen and out again if they're lucky in ones and twos. Damn. Well, this is my first pint for 6 weeks, and I intend to drink it slowly like the fearless officer and gentleman I am.
All right, then.
After all, I scored very high for raw courage.
Did you indeed?
Well, had the luckiest deal of all, really. I drew that Neanderthal Marine, Butchins. I ran at him, swinging punches, woke up 5 minutes later flat on my back. No, the ones I feel sorry for were Hurst and Davies, too evenly matched. Nearly killed each other. Hurst's got 3 cracked ribs, couldn't even drag himself out for a drink. Look, are you all right?
Yes, fine, but I'd like to get away soon, though.
Well, wait for the all clear, eh? This'll soon be over.
Oh, you're in the know, are you?
You'll trust my rat-like instinct for self-preservation.
Was all that about just ones and twos?
Well, that's what Harvey said, I promise you. They probably just picked on us. Soon be over.
Well, I wish the hell they'd picked another night.
Gee, I feel rather exhilarated myself. Must be Ackley. He's totally destroyed our sense of reality.
Look, I'd quite like to get off to see Alison now.
Sure.
Yes.
I'll give you a lift over. I've got a jeep out the back.
The hell did you get one of those?
Well, don't underestimate me. Lieutenant Starkey may have scored low on moral fibre, but he scored pretty high on initiative. You could borrow it for the night if you're planning to take her out.
I'm not planning to take her out, William.
No. I didn't really think you would be. Come on, then.
What's all this then? Where's that sodding ambulance? Well, nothing to do with us. Can we do anything to help? It'd be more help if you had a lorry. I've got 15 casualties waiting for the ambulance. Look, can you take us to the hospital just round the corner? Delighted to be of assistance. Right, follow me. Number 23, is it all right? Well, I doubt it, so 25 got a direct hit. Charlie! What about 23?
Family of 4, all accounted for. 2 girls have gone and the rest are okay.
There's a young woman staying there. Young woman, Charlie?
Don't know about that.
I want to go and see. But it's not safe anyway. We're going in there. She might be trapped in there. Right, go, Charlie.
Careful, you ain't got to chin up. Down in here, mate. Nothing about no one else. Should they came out of that? The little girl dead. It's any point in trying to back room. Never said anything about it.
Well, she's gone, is she, mate? Looks like it.
Yes. Come on, you nose it. I'll go and get Mr. Carter. Give you a hand trying to get her out. Pragmatic, mate.
She didn't look... I couldn't tell. I shouldn't be here, William. I should be with her.
Sit down, John. Drink it up. You couldn't stay there with her all night. You've got to be somewhere.
First night, the first bloody night. She only got here this afternoon.
Drink it up. You've done all you can tonight.
Yes, I have, haven't I?
You lost the use of your legs, Governor. There's a war on, you know.
Look, I realize I'm asking a particular favor. Please, have one yourself and bloody bring them over here. Sorry about that. Displaced anger, I think they call it.
Mucked up your evening. You were going to find the nicest whore in German Street.
I dare say I can wait a night or two.
It's all right, William. You don't have to look after me.
Please. Let me feel useful. It's a rare experience for me.
I never thought about this. I don't think she did either. She had this theory about gremlins, but it was me she worried about.
Oh. Thank you very much. It's very kind.
Sorry about that, Governor. Bit short of staff tonight.
Yes, well, there's a war on. Dreadful man.
I took her for granted, William. I never told her. I used her for my comfort.
Sounds all right to me.
I needn't tell you how sorry I am to hear about your tragic loss, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
There's nothing one can say, is there? It's damnable. Damnable. I lost my son at Narvik, you know. He was 19 years old.
I didn't think of you as having children, sir.
Well, I haven't anymore. Now, you may think this very brutal, but what is of immediate interest to me as your commanding officer is this. I think you're going to be a great deal less use to me because of what's happened, or a great deal more use to me. Do you follow?
Yes, sir.
You know the answer yet?
You asked me yesterday whether I wanted to kill Germans, and you didn't like my answer. If you asked me again, I'd tell you that I want to kill Germans very much indeed. I'm not proud of it, but I bloody well mean it.
Good. You'll get your chance soon. In fact, it may come sooner than you expect. You know our unit's not going to be operational for another 6 weeks.
Yes.
Well, something's come up. It's a job for one man working on his own. It's our kind of thing, but it's not our show. You'd be working directly to de Gaulle's people. I may say I don't particularly care for them, but that's neither here nor there.
And you picked me out for this?
No, oddly enough, though I might have. They did. Are you prepared to consider it?
Do I have a choice?
Yes, you do. I shan't try to influence you either way. Though I don't want to lose you at this stage, I plan to put you in charge of a whole area. However.
I'll consider it.
All right. Parker!
Sir.
Show our guest in, would you please?
Certainly, sir.
You don't have to give an immediate answer. I've told them the circumstances and that other things will be uppermost in your mind at the moment. All you have to do is listen, then go away and think about it.
Sir.
Another chair, please, Parker. Sir. This is Captain Lee. This officer, we won't use his name just at present, is from General de Gaulle's headquarters. Please sit down, gentlemen.
How tall are you, Captain Lee?
5'11".
That will do.
Would you mind telling me what all this is about?
I understand that you speak fluent French.
By English standards?
Well, we shall see. Vous avez déjà vécu en France?
Yes, for 2 years I was in Paris.
En français, s'il vous plaît.
J'ai surtout habité à Paris pendant 2 ans. Mais aussi dans d'autres régions, comme correspondant pour un journal anglais.
Où habitiez-vous à Paris?
Dans différents endroits. La rive gauche, Simon à Clichy.
Vous alliez dans quel café sur la rive gauche?
Le Fleur, les Deux Magots. On pouvait y apprendre pas mal de choses.
Et les femmes?
J'étais là pour travailler.
Que pensiez-vous des putains de Clichy?
Je préfère ne pas payer mes moments de plaisir.
Typiquement anglais. Vous payez peut-être autrement. I'm sorry, Colonel Ackerley. We are very impolite. We were discussing women. The captain says he prefers not to pay for his pleasures. I suggested that perhaps he pays in other ways.
Ah. What's his French like?
Not too bad. He might pass for a particularly pompous Swiss businessman. In June 1940, you were in France.
Yes, that's right.
Just before you left, an English woman put some children in your care, and you brought them to England with you.
Yes.
One of the children was hers, a girl. You're the father of that child.
Is all this really necessary, sir?
It sounds damned impertinent to me.
It is necessary. So, you were Madame de Roidan's lover before her marriage?
Clearly.
And subsequently?
No.
No. What does the lady's husband know about you?
Very little. We met once or twice when we were younger. He knows he's not the child's father.
And what do you know about him?
Not as much as you do, by the sound of it. I know his name's Yves de Roidan, that he's a distant cousin of Madame de Roidan's, that the family's very rich, a lot of land and several factories.
The most important being a munitions factory. Anything else?
Yes, the family have collaborated with the Germans in Laval, Yves de Roidan in particular, and that Madame de Roidan has now left her husband.
Excellent, but not quite up to date. Would it surprise you to learn that Madame de Roidan is now reconciled with her husband? That they are once again a happily married couple?
No. Nothing would surprise me about Madame de Roidan.
Captain, I don't very much care for the way you're going about this. I think it's about time you put Lee in the picture.
I was just about to do that, Colonel. My name is Raoul de Roidan. I'm a cousin of Madame de Roidan by marriage. I came here to recruit for the Gaullist groups in the Paris sector. Your name was suggested by Madame de Roidan herself.
But you said she was reconciled to her husband.
How else could she be of any use to us? Living with her husband, Diana has been a great help. But now we've run into difficulties. There's a possibility that you might help us solve them.
How?
We think you might be the right man to go to France and kill someone for us.
This person that you want me to kill, would it be Yves de Roidan?
It's possible. We might require you to kill him too.
I can refuse this mission.
That was made perfectly clear to you.
Then I do refuse it.
May I ask why?
It's too personal.
I would have thought the task would have given you particular pleasure, Captain Lee.
I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry.
Well, that's that then. Thank you, Captain Roidan.
If you would give me a few minutes more, Colonel, I came a long way to talk to this man. Captain Lee, I personally think that this mission has very little chance of succeeding. But if it does succeed, it will damage the German war effort in a major way.
This is one of Diana's ideas, isn't it?
Believe me, I would much prefer to have used one of our own men.
Then I suggest that you do that.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
It was a quiet funeral. I had wanted to keep everyone away, to hug my sorrow and bitterness to myself. Nobody came from the local rag to count the wreaths at threepence a go, as I had done so many times, and I was glad. I didn't want to share her death with anyone. I wanted to avenge it in some way, and I didn't want to share that with anyone either. I had learned to share with Alison, and now I wanted no one. I wanted to be, in every sense, alone.
Jan? I thought you'd come this way. Didn't Raoul tell you I came over on the plane with him? No, I can see he didn't. Jan, I'm most dreadfully sorry about all this. I didn't hear till yesterday. It's so unutterably beastly, isn't it? Would you like me to go?
It's all right. What do you want?
I have to talk to you. I know it's awful to thrust myself on you now, but I have to go back tomorrow. tell me to get lost if you can't bear it. I'll understand. Or maybe you have to go back to the house for...
Funeral baked meats? No, nothing like that. I'm not going anywhere.
Then could you spare me a little time? I just knew Raoul would get it all wrong with you. You didn't like him a bit, did you?
That wasn't why I turned him down.
No, of course not. Jan, do you think you might change your mind when you've got over your wife's death?
In a day or two, do you mean?
Oh, God, how fearfully crass of me. I didn't mean it like that. What was she like? You must have made a better job of your marriage than I did. Was she anything like me at all?
Do you think that I feel like discussing her now with you?
I'm sorry, Jan. I'm a fool. I suppose I thought we could still talk about anything at any time, and of course we can't.
She wasn't like you, not in any way.
And you loved her? I'm sorry, Jan. You don't have to answer that.
Yes, I loved her.
I'm glad. Things turned out such a mess for me. At least you had that.
Diana, are you all right?
Yes, fine. Just felt a bit sick for a moment. It's awfully stuffy in here.
You're pregnant, aren't you?
Hoped you wouldn't notice. Don't ask me about it, Jan. It's all part of the mess. I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Look, why don't you forget all this nonsense you're mixed up in? You've got out of France, you're here. Stay here. Stay with Yvonne.
Oh, God, Jan, if only you knew how much I wish I could, but I've got to go back. What we're doing is too important.
It might be important for you to play your games. It always was, wasn't it? Now you've got real bullets and you can call yourself a heroine of the resistance. You're just indulging yourself. They don't need you. Grow up. You've got a daughter. She needs you.
My God. Raoul didn't tell you anything, did he? He couldn't have, or... You wouldn't talk like that.
What didn't he tell me then? Come on, give me the griff. Oh, Lord, walls have ears.
Shut up, Jan. Listen. Do the words Vergeltungswaffe 1 mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
It means reprisal weapon number 1. And Eve and his father are making it. For the Germans. It's much more important than anything else going on over there. They brought a man called Rantz in from Berlin to run the whole operation. Since he came, we haven't been able to get anywhere at all.
Who's Rantz then? A wicked Jerry scientist?
He's Swiss-French, curiously enough. And yes, I think he is wicked. I've had to see rather a lot of him, socially and so on. He's a swine.
Yes, I see.
No, you don't. I don't think you could even imagine it.
You've had to get involved with this person, Rantz, in order to get close to what's happening at the factory.
Yes. And it's all gone wrong.
All the more reason to stay here. Get clear of it.
Jan, I know you think I've got no morality at all, but I do have one rule. Take what you want and then pay for it. I took what I wanted when I married Eve for his money. Now I'm paying for it. The thing is, I thought I could do it on my own, but now I see I can't. I've got to have someone I can trust on the inside.
Why me?
Oh, they must have told you that. Because you speak French well, because you know Paris well, because you've had the right sort of training, and because the Germans don't know anything about you. And because I asked for you, and I wouldn't take anyone else.
Your cousin doesn't think that your plan, whatever it is, has more than an outside chance of succeeding.
I know. He's quite right. The thing is, without you to help, it hasn't any chance of succeeding at all. I'm not saying that to try and blackmail you. It's the truth. Cross my heart and hope to die. And it'll be fun to try.
Oh, Jan,
It's all right, I'm all right. You don't have to worry about me.
you haven't had much luck, have you? It's so sudden. So hard to take it in.
It's the happiness I couldn't quite believe in. I never felt safe. Now I feel as if nothing can touch me anymore.
Oh, that's a pity.
It's the only way I know of dealing with things. What about you?
Oh, I shall be all right. I'll be able to manage with a bit of help from the village for the time being.
No, you won't.
Well, it will be difficult.
It's all right, Drip. No need to be heroic. I found you someone. You remember Mary, who worked at the stables?
Oh, yes.
Well, I've tracked her down. She's finished her training as a children's nurse, and she'll be ready to be here as soon as you give her the word. You'll get on with her, I'm sure.
Sounds as if I've had my orders. And what's going to happen to you, Jan?
New posting overseas.
Do you know where you'll be going, or shouldn't I ask?
No, you shouldn't ask. And I don't know how long I'll be either, but I am planning to be back.
Jan, if you are going away, don't you think perhaps there's something you ought to tell Yvonne?
You knew all the time.
Everybody always said how like Diana she was, but I always thought she was just as much like you.
What do you mean, tell her? No, she's too young to understand. It might upset her.
No, I don't think so. It might upset you, though.
No, it wouldn't upset me. It's just... I don't see how I could do it.
Well, try. Go and have a talk with her. See how it goes. Well, she won't be asleep yet.
It's like having your own room now.
Yes.
Feel like a big girl.
Mickey kept getting my rabbits.
I'm afraid I've got to go away again, Yvonne.
Where?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to France.
Can I come?
No, you've got to stay here and look after Drip and Nellie and the rabbits. I'll bring you a present, though. What would you like?
Bonbons, please. Will you see my mother?
I don't think so. It's a very big country. You remember her, do you?
Yes.
Yvonne, do you remember your father, too?
No.
Would you like it if I was your father?
Yes.
Well, then, shall I be your father, then?
All right. Want to go to sleep now. Put the rabbits in. White one there, grey one there.
All right?
Yes.
Good night.
Night.
What's your name?
Van Oort, Hervé Van Oort.
Nationality?
Swiss-French on my father's side. My mother was Dutch. I grew up in Amsterdam. I don't see the point of that. I can't speak a word of Dutch.
Helps to explain that thickness in your accent, which you seem unable to eradicate. Profession?
Antique dealer, particularly fine art and 18th century furniture.
Your comments on this?
It's an 18th century commode. If it's genuine, it'll be about 1740. Spanish feet, that's all right. It's probably Dutch.
Why?
Deep apron, curved pendant finial.
Excellent, you're a good scholar. Assuming it's genuine, what will you offer me for it?
2,300's my highest offer. Take it or leave it.
You'd be lucky to get it for that.
Mais monsieur, qui peut s'offrir un meuble comme celui-ci de nos jours? Les gens ne veulent plus que des bijoux et de l'or. Vous ne pouvez pas glisser un objet comme ça de votre poche, hein?
Pas mal.
Thank you, monsieur.
Are you married, Mr. Van Oort?
Fortunately not.
Why not?
My inclinations run in other directions. Look, I honestly don't see the point of that. It's ludicrous.
I don't know. I think it's rather funny.
But suppose somebody calls my bluff.
You will just have to do your best. You see, the real Mr. Van Oort, who is alas no longer with us, was known for his unusual tastes. I don't think your character will be permanently warped. What's this?
It's a Webley.
You like it?
Yes, they're good.
It's yours.
Slow.
slow and noisy. I expected better from your Colonel Ackerley.
It's these damn shoes. They're brand new.
Oh, dear, it's the shoes.
Well, let me rough them up a bit and I'll have another go.
No, it's all right. We'll take your word for it. It's your life, after all.
There you are, sir. I really am rather pleased with that. Suits you, sir, if I may say so.
Don't much care for it myself.
Well, it's more your continental gentlemen favour this sort of beard, sir.
Do you know who that man is?
No idea, I'm afraid, sir. I expect he'll be one of these fashion plate Johnnies. Funny sort of job for a grown man, I always think. Have I got the style of the hair right, would you say, sir?
Yes, excellent, thank you.
Well, we've had to work a bit against the grain, sir, so to speak. Now, sir, a little of this oil every morning, if you be so good, sir. Oh, you needn't worry, sir, it's not scented. Right, sir, well, there we are now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. I hope we can look forward to seeing you in our Sackville Street shop one day, sir.
Yes. I hope so, too.
You'll be landed at?
Villefranche.
What then?
I walk up the jetty. If anyone greets me, that's all right, but I don't get into any conversations. I turn left at the end of the jetty and walk out of the village for 1 kilometre.
The car will be?
In an alley off the main road.
What then?
Check all the rooms.
In particular?
In particular, the loft.
What next?
Nothing. Just wait for your contact to arrive.
Sleep well?